we're not sure where the bell is, but it's time to begin. Take it away, friends.
It says, "Open me first." She's going to do that for every present to hype it up a little bit. It is a binder of completed work order forms. No, it isn't. It says, "Merry Christmas." I am Reverend David Schwartz, and glad to be here with you this morning. You may have noticed that things are a little bit different today. Maybe you have gotten pancakes and coffee. Maybe you've gotten a picture with Santa already. And this may be the only service that I tell you, if you want to go get more coffee in the middle, you should just go refill. For this Christmas gathering, we are literally going to unwrap the service. And present by present, we're going to ask for volunteers, someone to come up to unwrap a present, and then whatever it is that's inside there, that's what we're going to do next in the service. Even if it means that our words of welcome are the very last thing that we do. So when you come up, Rachel or I are going to come down there with you because all of these presents are addressed to somebody. And then you're going to open it up and we'll make sure they get where they need to go. Who would like to open a present? Yes, yes. Come. Go for it. What should we start with? Oh, Kai, will you help?
We say to David and Emily. Okay. All right. Rip it open. Okay, I'm gonna place it on the ground. Go for it. There's some themes here. Trying to be so polite about it.
This says, to David, as an introduction to the offering, I give you these empty baskets and the gift of improvisation, good luck, love, Santa. It's funny because I knew this was coming and still didn't prepare for it.
I don't even have a hymnal.
Ooh. The work of this congregation is entirely self-supporting through our own donations. Passing the baskets on a Sunday morning is a tiny little sliver of that. Mostly we're funded by the pledges of folks who are part of this community that then get fulfilled over the course of the year. Still, your generosity counts and it matters, and we're deeply grateful for it. Most of the year, we split our offering basket, and half stays here and half goes out the door to a local nonprofit doing good work in Boulder County. For the month of December, it's a softer pitch though, because for the month of December, it actually all stays in-house. So give half as much as you would. No. Yeah, the gift of improvisation indeed. Can I ask for volunteers among the kids to pass the baskets with Babs and Allison's help? Yeah. Here, I'm gonna come down and pass.
Ready, Miles is ready. Nice. And normally during our offering, we like to choose instrumental music. So, there's a lot going on with the QR codes and all the other things that you're trying to do. But we picked a song to sing together. And you might even be able to do it without the hymnal because you're doing very important work. So gray hymnals are on your chairs. We are going to sing for the offering number 235. Deck the hall, and you don't need to rise because you're doing other important things. It is number 235 in your gray hymnal. Deck the hall with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la la and lasses and non-binary individuals. Fa la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together. Fa la 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather. Fa la 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 la. Well done.
Who would like to open the next gift? I think Stella's hand was up first.
The chancel cat, thanks for all the jingles.
Let me retune my guitar. Oh, yes. Hello, hello. Are we on? We're on, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Steve, can you
this
jump up?
on?
Oh,
Hello?
yeah. Here.
Sorry. Spoil the mood.
Yay!
It's a hymnal!
Yay!
It's one of our page.
Thank you. You want to keep the jingle bells? Wait, hold on. Wait, there's something inside.
There's more.
Special music by the Chancel Cats. So I just want to introduce this because even when I spoke to two career religious professionals with wide depth of experience, I said, oh, we're going to play the Devonshire Carol. And they went, Devonshire Carol, I don't know what that is. So the Devonshire Carol is actually a modern Christmas carol that was modeled after very pastoral British carols from the countryside in the early part of the 20th century. This particular carol was actually written for a play. And in the play, there is a huge conflict and people are going off to fight in war and some people are staying home. And there's, of course, all of the pain and confusion that goes along with such difficult times. And yet, like we hear so much, and even in authentic human history, that there's still a moment for trying to seek that the peace, the wonder, the joy, the simpler idea of Christmas. And so that is what inspired this carol. And of course, we owe a debt of gratitude for Becky for bringing it to us. Please enjoy the Devonshire Carol featuring Amy Self on multiple recorders.
I'm in tune. I can't tune. I hope I'm still in tune.
Lambkin in the manger, the light upon the lea, the moorland yields to glory, the shepherd bends the knee, and all are wrapped in grace, and all are gifted mirth. Peace walks upon this blessed land. Peace walks upon this blessed land. Peace walks upon this blessed land. Goodwill upon all earth. The plowboy his traces, the line upon the land holds gifts by nature's graces, her bounty to command, and all are wrapped in grace, and all are gifted mirth. Peace walks upon this blessed land. Peace walks upon this blessed land. Peace walks upon this blessed land. Goodwill upon all earth. Tommy in the meadow, Tommy in the byre, Tommy on the firestep, Tommy on the wire, and those who walked in war, and those who walked in peace, and those who walked this blessed land, and those who walked this blessed land, and those who walked this blessed land, their souls shall never cease. Right.
Who would like to unwrap a present?
So there's two presents. The first one is this magical-looking treasure chest.
Emily, what's in it?
It's full of treasure, Rachel. There's some gold coins and some little satchels. Maybe you're gonna tell us about those.
What do they say on them?
This one says frankincense, and this one says myrrh. What, is that what I said? I don't even know when I'm doing stupid things anymore. So I
You're
put
always
it
doing
somewhere.
brilliant things. I'll just hold it.
Do you want me to hold it?
Yes. Emily, you can sit with it somewhere.
Okay.
I haven't introduced myself yet this morning. My name is Rachel Alba. I'm the Director of Religious Education here. So we all have favorite books and stories. Books that we have read so many times that we practically know every single word. Think about your favorite book. What book is like that for you? Okay, got it? Great. No matter how many times we read that book, there's a part of us that wants to be told or read the story just one more time. Now, as a church, One of those stories is the story of Christmas. We retell the story of Jesus being born in a stable and being visited by shepherds and 3 wise men or 3 kings who brought Jesus. What did they bring, Emily?
They brought gold and frankincense and myrrh.
Brilliant.
What is that stuff?
So the very first time I learned why the 3 kings brought Jesus gold, frankincense, and myrrh, I felt like I had just learned the biggest secret of all time. Do you want to know the biggest secret of all time? Yes? Okay, so here's the deal. Now we have to understand to start with that this comes from a Christian tradition, so they might have different beliefs about Jesus than you do, which is okay. So gold was given to Jesus to represent that he was a king. Frankincense is for him being holy, or some people would say he's God. And then myrrh was to foreshadow his death, caused by being a prophet. Now, a lot of times we think about a prophet as someone who tells about the future, but in the Bible, the word prophet is referring to someone who is committed to making sure that everyone's worth and dignity is honored by society, or someone who speaks truth to power. Cool. Yeah, right? It was cool when I learned that too. But Jesus isn't alone in being a king or being holy or being a prophet. Guess who else is? You! And the person next to you. And the person who cut you off in traffic last week. Yes, Liz. Which means that we get to hear this story again and again, not to remember something about Jesus, but to remember and to hope and to recognize something about ourselves and everyone we come in contact with. So, 2,000 years ago, only kings truly had freedom. Now, many more of us have freedom. We get to choose where we live sometimes, what kind of work we do, how we react in a situation, what we do with our free time. We actually have free time. And I want you to take a moment to just feel into the freedom you have in your life. All the possibilities that come up when you think about that freedom. What do you want to do with that freedom? For me, and I assume for most of you, because I think most of you are better people than me, what also comes up is that a part of me wishes to protect and ensure the freedoms of other people to determine their own lives. And that is an essential part of kingship. Taking care of our own needs, but protecting the lives of others and their freedom too. Frankincense is our reminder that our life is sacred. You are unique and beautiful. You have inherent worth. You are valued and you are valuable. You don't have to work to become sacred. You simply are. You are an important and a valuable piece of the cosmos and are therefore sacred. And knowing that every single person you'll ever meet is equally sacred. How do you honor them as sacred? What would that mean when you pass them on the street? What do you do when you see that someone's struggling? And finally, myrrh. Myrrh was given to Jesus to foretell his death. We also won't be here forever. But we can consider now how we want to be remembered. When a classmate or a friend or a family member or a stranger even remembers you decades from now, what do you want them to remember about you? What kind of prophet or truth teller are you meant to be? Now I invite you, we're going to allow Emily to pass that around. We'll just start with Steve and then just pass around the box. Smell the frankincense, smell the myrrh, take a gold coin to remind you of who you truly are. Free, holy, and powerful.
Should we unwrap another present? Yeah? Yeah, Miles, come on. To Emily and Austin, you are both angels.
This is exciting. Austin does not know what's happening right now.
I know. Chris is so good at that. Yeah.
Oh, and Austin. I know. Austin has a halo too. Yes. Essential. Yay. I would be remiss if I didn't share with you. So I went to Catholic school and we had a Christmas pageant every year, and each grade level was assigned to be different things. And the kindergartners were the angels, and they would come out at the end of the Christmas pageant in their wayward tinsel and things. So this is actually our closing hymn. So here are our closing words. As we reflect on all the wonder and joy of this day, the sacred, the silly, the moments of joy that are such medicine to our souls. And even when you're not feeling that you're creating joy on your own, this is the beauty of community. That no matter how you were when you came in the door today, hopefully at least one person smiled at you, looked you in the eye, asked you how you were, and really wanted to know what you had to say about that. So here are these beautiful words from Amy Zucker Morgenstern. I'm going to cry. Woo-hoo. And as David Schwartz says, if you can't cry in church, where can you cry? Never has it been more true than now. We extinguish this flame that's not actually lit yet. But the sparks within us remain alight. From each of us in our supposed solitude, the signals buzz and hum, sparkling through space one to another, connecting us invisibly but palpably. We are one, and from every window, our light shines. And so will you rise in body or in spirit with your hymnals in hand, We will attempt to create a heavenly song. Number 231, Angels We Have Heard on High. There is no wrong way to sing this song. Breathe as many times as you need to. Make up a harmony. Do it joyfully. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Big breath. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why these songs of happy cheer? What great brightness did you see? What glad tidings did you hear? Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. See him in a manger laid, whom the angels praise. I know there's no hope. Green Joseph, Steve Todd, lend your aid, while we raise our hearts in love. I finally figured out what was happening. In excelsis Deo. In excelsis Deo. Thank you, Steve. You really could not write this stuff if you tried.
Who would like to open the next gift? Cora, your hand was right there.
Welcome to Rachel. It's a sheet of paper. Thank you, Cora.
And a very nice folder. Welcome to the service. I'm Rachel Alba, your Director of Religious Education, and I am delighted to be your worship leader this morning. One thing I love about this congregation, to go back to what I spoke about earlier in reality, not in the order of the service, it is so easy to see in each of you how you are such beautiful, how you are such wonders of the cosmos. Every time I get to be with you, all I can think about is just how glorious each of you is and how much I adore being a part of this space. And I truly hope that you all see that in yourselves and each other, because it is so, so obvious to me. And I want to extend a very warm welcome to everyone who's visiting us for the first time. That also holds true for you. I may not know you as well, but I can also see that in your faces and in your spirits as well. We are an intentional community gathered around our shared promise to support each other's individual spiritual journeys. We don't all believe the same things in exactly the same way, but we do share the same values, the same commitment to our spiritual growth. We share the faith that our beliefs become real when we act on them to make the world a better place. And we share the commitment to live a life grounded in community. If you're joining us online, that's where the camera is, fill out a visitor form in the link in the description, and we'd love to connect with you. I have 2 invitations for you to share with you as we begin our service. Firstly, on Christmas Eve, there is an all-ages service at 4:30 p.m. and a Vespers service at 7 p.m. Feel free to come to one or both. You get hot chocolate after both of them regardless. At 11 a.m. on Christmas Day, we'll have a fabulous brunch right here at UUCB at 11 a.m. So bring your favorite foods to share with others, and everyone is welcome. Finally, if you helped make pancakes or sausage or eggs this morning, raise a hand or stand up. Yay! Thank you for volunteering to do that. David, do you want to ask the next person? Oh, okay. Who wants to open the next gift? I'm like, I know Luna's been raising her hand a bunch. Do we have enough for everything? Oh, okay, let's, yeah. Okay, how about you two? Yeah. This one? What's super cool about this one is there's actually 2 things in it, so you each get to unwrap one. Yeah. And this gift is to Reverend David. Yay. It's a wolf.
I feel already have a little feelings.
Hannah, can we find her again?
So there's a wolf who is sitting and howling. In the Christmas story, the baby Jesus is born to his parents, Mary and Joseph, not in a hospital or even a house, but in a stable, because there was no other place for them. I think about that stable sometimes, and I remember the barns that I've been in. Have you ever been in a barn at night? Yeah, you've been in a barn at night? Well, in a barn at night, there are cows and goats sitting in the hay and quietly chewing their cud. And there are chickens up in the rafters, fluffed up against the cold, looking down, and sometimes they'll stand up and they'll turn around and they'll sit back down again. And there are big horses and little donkeys with long ears. And there are mice deep under the hay. Every barn, there's mice. You never really see them, but they're there. Though there is usually somewhere a cat watching quietly, watching more with its ears than with its eyes, and swishing its tail. And maybe there's a lamp hanging overhead or a little light, but in a barn at night, the whole place is dark and warm and quietly alive. Well, in the Christmas story, on the hills outside of town, high above this barn, are sheep and shepherds. And the sheep are in their winter wool, and they're laying one right up next against each other. And the shepherds looking after them are wrapped up against the cold at night, right there in among the flock. And for them, the barn is a distant spot of light, way far away. But then above even the shepherd and the sheep, on the sharp hills, on the moonlit hills, among the old dry rocks, are the dark shadows of wolves. And the story goes that on that Christmas night, wolves didn't gather to hunt. They had other work to do then. And here and there on the hills, they paused to sit still a while in pairs, or parents and pups, or big old families or solitary ones. And here and there across that lean landscape, they gathered to howl together, to sing to each other for the joy of it. Have you heard wolves howl before? Will you howl? In those howls, the wolves are telling each other, just like you're telling each other, they're saying, we are here. They were howling to tell each other, you're not alone. They were howling to their children to say, come back to us. They were howling to their parents to say, join us. They were howling to the ones they missed to say, we miss you. And they were howling to their little pups to say, wherever you are in the night, follow our voice home. They were howling between the hills to call to each other and reassure each other, to tell each other, we're here, we're not alone. Down in the barn, below the hills, below the sheep and the shepherds, down in the barn, the cows lay up against the wall and rested their heads. And the goats slept, one leaning up against the other where they were sitting. And the chickens on the rafter closed their eyes and tucked their heads into their feathers. And the horses let their heads droop down low. And the cat, at last, in the warm corner, slept curled up, and deep below the hay, the mice slept in a little furry pile, one on top of the other. And the parents of the little baby in that place, the one who had been born right there in the stable, they slept too, but the child, held in the crook of his mother's arm, he was awake and looking out into the great night with wide eyes and listening to the howl of wolves. He heard the breathing of the animals around him and the wind moving over the barn and the creaking of the building as it settled at night. But in the stillness of all things, while everyone around him slept, he heard a noise drifting down from the sharp and moonlit hills above town, so faint. And listening to them, he had no words, but knew they meant the same thing as his mother's arm wrapped around him did. We are here. You are not alone. Not tonight. Not ever. Will someone open another present? Yeah.
Like a chalice.
Oh, wait, that was a chalice lighting. Confirmed. It exceeded the time limit I usually give for chalice lightings. All right, who has not yet opened a present who would like to? Yeah, please, come on down.
Did I do that? They're everywhere.
I think there's something else in that box too.
Will you rise in body or spirit for our opening hymn? It's number 226 in your gray hymnal, a slightly lesser known Christmas carol, so don't panic. But it's really great, and I hope even if you don't know it, you'll see the beautiful intention behind it. People look east, the time is near of the crowning of the year. Make your house fair as you are able. Trim the hearth and set the table. People look east and sing today. Love the guest is on the way. Furrows be glad, though earth is bare. One more seed is planted there. Give up your strength, the seed to nourish, that in course the flower may flourish. People look east and sing today. Love the roses on the way. Stars keep the watch when night is dim. One more light the bowl shall brim, shining beyond the frosty weather, bright as sun and moon together. People look east and sing today. Love, the star is on the way. You may be seated.
Who has not yet opened a gift and would like to? Luna! It's okay. I just went with it. This is a really special gift to David from the board and expansion team.
This is a UUCB Lego architecture set. I think because we're going to be taking it apart and putting it back together again. This is not just to me. It's to me to read it, but really this is to the whole congregation. From the board, from the building expansion team, this is an announcement. we are absolutely thrilled and delighted to introduce our selected architect for the building expansion process. Austin, will you hype this up a little bit before I share the name? We are delighted to introduce our selected architect, Rodwin Architecture. Scott Rodwin, the firm's CEO, has been a leader in sustainable, environmentally conscious design for more than 25 years. He's a well-known expert. He teaches other architects in the area how to design sustainable and eco-friendly buildings. Our building and design team conducted a search that began with 29 local firms. And they narrowed it down, and they interviewed, and they narrowed, and they interviewed more. They selected Rodwin due to their many years, their talents, and the team was especially impressed with the way that Rodwin Architecture does functional and sustainable and also cost-effective and environmentally appropriate design. The team loved that Rodwin uses a build-to-design integration with a selected building contractor so that we're not building a design for what we're going to create and then finding out later on whether that's actually possible or feasible financially, but we know along the way. They also propose a phased approach to allow for changing budgets, changing requirements, and they support diverse groups and work to plan the transition in and out of spaces. Everyone at Rodwin on our project team is part of this project team because they chose to be part of this project. Along with the expansion team, Rodwin will conduct a visioning process in the congregation, and you can mark your calendars now because Saturday, February 8th and Saturday, March 8th in the morning, we're going to be here, or possibly somewhere else if there are too many of us to fit here all at once, talking together and imagining and dreaming about what's possible as we expand. So look for a save the date communication for that, and stay tuned to more communication expansion news for all the updates on this project as we build our future together. Thanks again to the board and to the expansion teams. The building design team worked so incredibly, wildly, ridiculously hard over the summer to do this process of narrowing down and selecting our architect. I'm grateful to them and so excited for the road ahead. There is one last present to unwrap. Are there any kids who have not? Yeah, please come unwrap. Is there anyone else who didn't unwrap who wants to? Yeah. Good. So it says to Rachel and Emily.
Ooh.
Emily, what is it?
Why, Rachel, it's a small candle. It doesn't smell like anything, but it is pretty in a glass jar. And a hymnal. They're everywhere. Check under your trees.
I'm going to hand this to you.
I can't wait.
Can I have the candle back?
Oh, yes.
There's a candle!
Yay!
With a sticker on it. And there's a hymnal for Emily. And there's a letter to me which says, Dear Rachel, this is a reminder to you now from you in the past. There are a few things for you to do in this moment, and if you're with others, invite them to join with you. That's you. First, take a slow breath. Then a deep sigh. Now there's space to remember something that maybe you forgot. None of us are alone. We are a community of sorrow and hope, united by the values we share and connected by the concerns that we carry. Your work is to let your heart open without shattering. And here is the central thing, the thing that we practice remembering each week in services so that we can bring it out into the world. It is a word of hope. Not that everything will be okay no matter what, but a deeper, realer, more solid hope that you are part of a community of love and resistance which will not shut you out and will not give up on you, which offers practices to heal that aching heart so we don't walk alone. A thread to follow through the labyrinth of the world. And that's why there's a candle. It's for you, and if there are others with you, there's enough for them as well.
Yay!
After you finish this letter, hand out these candles while we sing together. Here is a gift of a candle so that in a dark season, this is a light to remember the words that we come back to often. And they're on the sticker so you don't have to remember them right now. Take courage, friends. The way is often hard, the path is never clear, and the stakes are very high. Take courage, for deep down there is another truth. You are not alone. Ushers, and me and David will pass out those candles, and while we do that, Emily, what are we going to sing?
We are going to sing number 244, It Came Upon the Midnight Clear. And I will let you sit because you're going to be handling glass and hymnals at the same time. Unless you feel so moved and want to rise in body or in spirit. 244. It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old,
Our presents are opened. Wrapping paper litters the ground. Our bellies are full of pancakes and coffee. On we go into this bright season, filled with a bit more cheer, with the exuberance of beautiful things and joyful things and serious things all at once, all together. Go in peace, and amen.